Are you evil? No? Do you want to learn how to be? You read the title right. This is a tanking guide. Because tanking is not about fulfilling your roleplay fantasy, protecting the party. It's not even about satisfying your main character syndrome. It's about going fast. So fast that you knock the Earth out of orbit and become the enemy of the entire world. That's right. Tanking is all about the big pulls, baby! Remember, when the paladin cat girl says she can take 20 guys at once, she means it literally. And she achieves it through sheer force of will, determination, and these goofy little buttons called sprint and defensive cooldowns. You may be thinking to yourself, surely there's more nuance to this. And there is, but you'd be shocked at how far these two things alone can take you. Hell, healers are so used to bad tanks now that they'll fall into uncontrollable lust if you use arm's length. I mean, can you imagine? There are people out there who don't use it. This baby can fit so much mitigation inside of it. So yeah, please mitigate damage so you can last longer. You wouldn't want to be a 1-minute man, would you? So go right ahead and pick one. Oh, and just remember that it's better to use 1 or 2 cooldowns at a time. And don't blow your load all at once, okay? We interrupt this broadcast to give you a pop quiz. Here's the $1 million question. You queue into a dungeon and the DPS is pulling mobs ahead of you. What do you do? If you said you pull, you tank, then for the sake of Thancred's left ass cheek, just go back to DPS roles. Listen, I'm not gonna tell you have to like it when DPS decide to pull ahead of you, but I am telling you that watching a DPS die and grieving the rest of the party by refusing to do your job is not the way. So if you're not ready to ignore the Leroy Jenkins, hop a Viagra and perform, this might not be the role for you. But hey, that's why I'm here to help. There's a super pro gamer move that lets you avoid this situation entirely. Be faster. Pull before them. Use sprint. This is how you use sprint. Did you see that? Right before you pull the pack so you get that sweet, juicy, succulent 20-second sprint. Pathetic DPS have no hope of passing you. After all, you control the pace, and the pace is always full fucking throttle, baby! So, you're pulling big, you're rotating your cooldowns, and you are using your AoE rotation to maintain aggro for the love of fucking God. That means that by this point, you're already better than 90% of Duty Finder tanks, but there is still an elephant in the room. Boss fights. What about those? Well, don't worry. You see this little guy? You're gonna smack him, turn him around this way, and yeah. That's pretty much it. Just don't cleave the party. You may be asking yourself, but what about my cooldowns for the bosses? How many should I save for that? And the answer is none. Don't fall for that shit. It's a trap. With large dungeon pulls, which I encourage you to do, mobs are gonna pound you way harder than the boss will. Don't save cooldowns for these wet noodle hits. There is one exception. Sometimes you will see this ominous red symbol on your character, which means you should probably use 1 cooldown. Yeah. Nice. Now, all that remains is choosing the tank you want to escape the city with. Every tank is similar, but they all have their quirks, so here's a crash course. Paladin, play this if you also like sparkly shit and you're still naive enough to believe in things like law and order. Warrior, play this if all you care about is being indestructible and you think being a dumbass is a lifestyle choice. Dark Knight, play this if you're compensating for something and your dad is still out looking for milk. And Gunbreaker! Yeah, just play this if you're a degenerate and you can't handle peace and quiet. And congratulations! It's time to receive your tanking PhD, which means you're all ready for tanking content. Just don't forget this one little thing. Tank stance. Now coming in 4 special little flavors of the exact same thing. These days, if you blink at the enemy, it'll hate you for life. This groundbreaking modern technology is found only in Final Fantasy XIV, where tanks are just more defensive DPS. Join us today for just $12.99 a month. A new superiority complex guaranteed or your money back.
Warning, may cause cope, seethe, mold, and gamer raging behaviors. Please contact your therapist before ordering.